Hi, Stevo. It's the countdown for the Trump and Biden debates tomorrow, and I hope people watch the debates. I think it's very important for people to watch the debates, and especially the people from kind of suburban women should watch the debates. I think suburban women are 5% of the people that are unsure who they're going to vote for. I think there's 5% of people that really don't know who they're going to vote for. And so I think they're going to have three debates. They're going to have a vice president debate against Pence and Harris in October 7th. So be sure to watch that. They interviewed a person named John Kasich who ran for Republican presidency against Trump, and well, John Kasich lost, like a lot of the Republicans, like Jeb Bush and Rubio and all the other people lost the Republican nomination, and Trump won that because Trump is a bully. And Kasich made a note that when you debate Trump, he tries to make you mad, and that's kind of the basis of a bully. A bully tries to make you mad and say the wrong things and make a fool out of yourself. And Kasich was saying that if you're going to debate Trump, you're going to have to recognize that you're on TV, that the cameras are basically watching you, and the cameras don't lie. And the people who watch the debates tomorrow, they're going to keep an eye on Biden. They're going to keep an eye on if Trump makes Biden angry and how Biden reacts to Trump's bullshit, because Trump is going to try to make Biden angry. There's no ifs, ifs, or buts that Trump is going to try to make Biden angry and say the wrong thing and do the wrong thing. And that's just the bullshit of bullies. That's what bullies do. They try to make sure you make a mistake, and that they benefit from that. And Trump is good at that. He's good at trying to make people make mistakes and stuff like that. And Kasich kind of made a note of that. That you can't just fall in that cabbage patch. When it comes to Trump, when you debate Trump, you gotta be to the point. You gotta talk about the issues. You gotta stay focused on the issues and don't fall in that rabbit trap of Trump playing games with you. And that's the sign of a bully. That's what bullies do. They put you in a headlock and they kick you in the butt. And you got to make sure you don't position yourself to be in that position. So be sure to watch the debate, and be sure to kind of recognize Trump trying to avoid the issues by starting an argument with Biden on some petty shit, and then Biden would get angry, and that's what Trump wants. And when you're angry on TV, it doesn't look good. When you're angry on TV, it doesn't look good for Biden. It didn't look good for Hillary. It didn't look good for Kasich, or didn't look good for Ted Cruz or Jeb Bush or Rubio. That's what basically Trump wants. He wants to make you angry. He wants to piss you off and lose because it's about the issues. It's not about some remember you did something back in so and da 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 da. And the Trump turds who watch the debate, they don't care about the issues. They care about Trump, talking about some bullshit that has nothing to do with the issues. You know, they have nothing to do with the issues. And that's what benefits Trump. Trump is he's a bully, and he makes you say stupid shit, and he embarrasses you on live TV. And it benefited Trump with the Republican nomination debates, and it benefited Trump when he eventually debated Hillary. And it might benefit Trump if you know, when he debates Biden tomorrow. So kind of keep an eye on that. Trump is going to try to make Biden angry, and you know, Biden should just stay focused, talk about debates, avoid Trump's BS, and I think Biden would be okay. I think Biden would be okay. Because people are going to watch the debates, and they're going to watch entertainment. And Trump is an entertainer. I think that's what people forget. Trump is an entertainer. I think when Trump was a young man, he wanted to be a actor or a performer, but his father wanted him to run the family business. Trump's older brother, Fred Jr., he wanted to fly planes, which he did. And I think the Trump father really was disgusted that his older son, Fred Jr., wanted to fly planes. He didn't want nothing to do with the family business or anything. And he made Fred Trump Jr.'s life miserable to the point where Fred Trump Jr. Ended up becoming an alcoholic and ended up dying young. And Donald Trump, the second oldest son, took over the family business. But the father manipulated the firstborn son. He manipulated him, and he made a fool out of him, and Fred Trump Jr. did work off and on at the Trump family business, but he really didn't want to work there. He really didn't want to work there. He wanted to fly planes. I think he knew the Trump bullshit from the start. I think Fred Trump was very astute, smart person, and I think the book by Mary Trump, Fred Trump's daughter and Donald Trump's niece, I think it's a really good book about her father and Donald Trump and her grandfather, and the Trump family being so dysfunctional. You know, the Trump family was very dysfunctional. And I think Papa Trump wanted the family to be like the Kennedys, you know. If you remember the Kennedy family, where Joe Sr. wanted Joe Jr. to run for office, you know, politics. And then Joe Jr. Died in World War II. And then John, you know, JFK, who was the second oldest son, he ran for office. You know, he did his father's bidding. And he took over. He took over the Kennedy legacy of running for office, running for politics. When I don't think that JFK wanted to run for office in the beginning, you know, but he was the second oldest, and his father cajoled him and pushed him to run for politics. And then RFK and then Ted Kennedy, they were next, you know, the sons. So I think Trump Sr. wanted that type of, you know, Kennedy-esque dynasty where his sons ran the Trump business. And it was Trump's Sr. that was the billionaire. You know, Donald Trump, the president, is not a billionaire. I don't think he's ever been a billionaire. And now that these taxes are coming out, he wasn't he wasn't a good businessman. And I think he didn't want to be a good businessman on purpose, because I think he's such a scumbag that I think he lost all that money on purpose. And he probably is doing a pyramid scheme. He probably laundered money for the Russians. He probably has money in Swiss bank accounts somewhere, because he is a scumbag. And that's something that you should think about when you vote in November, how much of a scumbag that Donald Trump is. I mean, we should not have a second term of Donald John Trump. We should not have a second term of Donald John Trump. You got to be a scumbag to vote for him. You know, you got to be a low down, dirty, racist piece of, there shouldn't be an excuse. We should vote, and we should vote in droves in November. And we should support Biden, even though I'm far to the left, and there's a lot of things I don't agree with Biden. But I know the reality that we live in a two-party system, and that maybe we could work with Biden if he wins and get things done. And we need to get things done. And we can't get things done with Trump, because Trump is not budging. He's not getting things done. He's not getting nothing done. This pandemic is crazy. Over 200,000 dead. Does that sound like he's getting things done? Does that sound like he's getting things done with the pandemic? I mean, I think the middle class females, who are the 5% that aren't sure who they're going to vote for, they need to get their head out, like an ostrich out of the loom, and vote for Biden. And maybe one of these days we'll have more than a two-party system. Maybe one of these days we'll have the millennial people who will make a difference, and we'll have more alternatives. And maybe one of these days we'll have better people that run for office. But we're in a position where it is what it is. We're in a position, and you got to vote for someone you could work with, someone that believes in love and believes in peace, and someone that I'm pretty sure if Biden wins, he's going to have to work with progressives. He's going to have to. Eventually, he's going to have to put together progressive laws. And he is a politician. He is a politician. And Trump isn't going. He's not going to work for Bernie Sanders. He's not going to work with AOC. He's not going to work with Ilhan Omar. He's not going to do it. So, please watch the debates. And the debates start tomorrow, probably 7 p.m., whatever your time is. And kind of keep an eye on Trump and how he manipulates people. And kind of do research about Trump's taxes and how much money he lost, and how much money he probably hid in Swiss bank accounts. So vote in November and take this seriously. And I'm talking about the millennials, and I'm talking about the middle class white women in the suburbs. Those are the two people I'm talking to right now. And to vote, and to vote for Biden, and to vote for, when you vote, think about George Floyd and think about Ruth Ginsburg. So this is another boring video, and I hope you had a nice weekend, and I'll see you when I see you.